Now by Democratic Congressman Jimmy Gomez of California. He is a member of the House Intelligence Committee and is among those calling for an independent investigation. Congressman, thanks so much for sharing part of your afternoon with us. I wonder what questions you want the intel community to answer and whether you trust that the DNI in Tulsi Gabbard or that others in the administration wouldn't attempt to somehow interfere in that investigation.
I think that we do have doubts that they would try to interfere, and that's for several reasons. One is that they have demonstrated that they were not forthcoming regarding this Signal chat to begin with. At first, they denied it. Then they basically said there was no classified information. Then we find out after they released the screenshots of those Signal messages that there was war plans associated with them. So they're going to try. The entire administration seems that they're trying to stonewall us, make the public forget about this situation. But we're not going to forget, because this could have ended up really bad. People's lives were at stake. The Houthis could have been pre-positioning some of their equipment to shoot down some of our planes. So this is about our national security, our intelligence community, and to make sure that this doesn't happen again. But that means we need an independent investigation to look into this. Not Tulsi Gabbard. She can appoint somebody else from DNI to take the lead.
But Congressman, if the White House says the case has been closed and Republicans on the Select Committee don't back your request for further investigation, is there anything else that you or Democrats can do toward accountability?
Well, one of the things that we know that Trump listens to is public sentiment when it comes to a variety of things, but mainly when it comes to the people that he watches. So the Barstool sports host, he's talked about how this doesn't pass the smell test, that this doesn't make sense, that they should just fess up, that they made a mistake, that they should fire somebody. I believe that should be Pete Hegseth, and then they should take accountability. Then they can move on. But we're not going to allow them to just sweep this under the rug, because one of the things we know is that if they did it on one thread, they probably did it on other threads, and we want to know how extensive that is. So we're not going to let this go, and I think that the facts are on our side, even though they want to deny it.
Congressman, I'm interested in what you described about Trump's focus on public sentiment, because I want to pivot to immigration. You've blasted the administration for invoking the Alien Enemies Act to deport alleged gang members. I wonder how you view the messaging battle over this issue, because Republicans say that this is a fight they want, and they frame it as Democrats defending Tren de Aragua, rapists, and murderers. How do you respond to that when immigration was a winning issue for Trump in the last election?
I think you have to kind of parse it out. One of the things is that, one, if you're going after gang members and criminal people involved in criminal activities, that's one thing. But he deported a guy who was a hairdresser that, by all intents and purposes, was innocent except his immigration status. They deported somebody else from Maryland, right? And then that had legal protections here, that was taking care of a disabled child, but they deported them to the prison in El Salvador. Now they don't know how to get them back. So we got to focus on those stories. Also, Joe Rogan is even talking about the slippery slope of what the administration is doing when it comes to this act, what they're doing when it comes to just snatching people off the street. That leads down a path of not only tyranny, but of abusing the rights of American citizens. So I think that it's a matter of keep having that conversation, because for this administration, I don't want to use this term, but they have a shoot and aim strategy. They don't take the time to know what they're doing is not hurting innocent people.
I do wonder if you think that Democrats would be in a stronger position on this issue had the Biden administration done more on it sooner, in part because despite pushback, Trump's administration has made good on their campaign promise to slash migrant crossings without taking any legislative action, which Biden said was necessary. I mean, even Senator Bernie Sanders himself is saying that Biden should have done more. Do you wish that had been the case?
Well, wishing is not going to change the facts, right? So I think that one of the things we got to look at is that Biden did take big steps during his administration. You saw a rapid decline in illegal boarding crossings, and also was focused on cracking down on fentanyl in a way that actually cracks down. We know for a fact that fentanyl, 80% of it comes in ports of entry, delivered and carried by U.S. citizens. We should be focusing on that to make our country safer. So we can wish all we want, but this is the situation we're in, and I believe that Trump is also using these laws in a way that drives up prices for working people, makes people less secure, and makes our communities less safe.
Lastly, Congressman, we are monitoring remarks from Speaker Johnson. We're actually watching them as you and I are having this conversation. He suffered a defeat in this procedural vote that was brought by Republican Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna over allowing proxy voting for new parents in Congress. I wonder what your reaction is to the Speaker suffering this defeat.
Yeah, well, I'm proud to have helped deliver that defeat. I'm the chair of the Congressional Dads Caucus. Brittany Pedersen, who is a lead co-sponsor of the proxy voting vote for both dads and moms, we endorsed. She's a member of our caucus. We endorsed the bill. We pushed for it, and we got everybody to vote no. Speaker Johnson used proxy voting, I believe, 39 times. So if it was unconstitutional then it's unconstitutional now. So or constitutional then, it's constitutional now. So we know that we're on the right side, and we want Congress to be more representative of working men and women, parents. Have you ever dealt with a sick child, with a mom or a spouse that had complications at birth? You know, when we have those experiences and you have members that have those experiences, we're going to have a better Congress and a better democracy in the end.
Congressman Jimmy Gomez, we have to leave the conversation there. We appreciate you sharing your perspective.
Thank you.